Hi there, Chad here for Chibi AI, and in this video, let's go through a new tutorial that we just published about creating a smart research assistant using a Chibi action. To find it, what I'm going to do, because the easiest way to follow through is you can go to the homepage and view our tutorials there through our help center. If you go that way, you're on a separate web page. But if you go through the widget here, we can go over to articles, tutorials, building a smart research assistant. And that means you can open it up right here inside of Chibi and follow along. So what I'm going to do is it says that while the Web Composer is a great tool for quick research tasks, and it really is. This what we're referring to here is you can ask questions, and it does have a web connection so that it is able to do a little bit of extra research and stuff and come back with some content for you. But the really cool thing is if you build your own research assistant, you can fine tune it to just what you need, right? So this is what we're building. We're going to build something here that asks about what it is that you want to research. Then it's going to use some Perplexity models to query for the most sort of up-to-date information. It'll organize it into clear, useful sections and provide the citations, and then put that information into your document. So let's get started with step-by-step instructions. So it says we're going to create a new action. So we'll go into our actions sidebar area. I'm going to go into testing here, and I'm going to click plus, and I'm going to name it Smart Research Assistant like it wants me to. It says right there. So we'll hit next. Now it wants us to add a task that is for ask for input. So I'm just going to go ahead and start filtering. My filter is right up here. Ask. So we're going to enter an ask for input. Now it wants us to set these properties on it. So it wants the name, the task name. Let's go ahead and hit our settings here. Put that in the task name here. The placeholder is going to be this. And then the variable is going to be topic. Okay, so that's all set up. What this task does is when we run our action, it pops up a box that just asks us what we want to put in there, because that's going to be the information that we want researched. So step 3, add the research task. We're going to add a stream prompt. So I'm going to come up here, click. Stream is the first one, but you can start filtering as well. So we'll add stream prompt. Now it wants us to name the task perform research. So we'll go ahead and go into our settings, name it perform research. The variable name is research results. And then it says add a line break after writing ends turned on, which is on by default. And then in the prompt field, it says to enter this. So what I can do is come into here. I think I should be able to, nope, I can't control A. For some reason, the copy button is not showing in the widget. Okay, so we'll copy this and then we'll go into here. So we're going to change this to, we're going to go into the prompt here and put this in here. So this prompt is essentially coming up and saying, perform a comprehensive research on this topic, and it's giving it some guidelines, but it's also telling it how to format it. So it's giving us these sections on how to set up those different types of research points that we want done. And then it's got a little bit more kind of here to kind of reinforce with the AI that this is what you're supposed to do. Okay, so let's go down. We get some more instructions here. For AI settings, we want to choose custom. So let's go back into our settings. Here, instead of current role, we're going to change this to custom. And it wants us to pick a Perplexity model. So let's come up here. Oh, I got to hide this for a second. So we're going to pick a Perplexity model here. Actually, I think I have, here we go. Perplexity. I thought I had them saved, but let's see. What should I use? I'm going to use the Llama 3.1 Sonar 7dB online. The key point here is to pick the one that says online because that one is web connected. So we'll choose that. We've got some instructions here. So by default, the custom instructions will be your Chibi. So let's remove those. Let's open back up our tutorial here. And for instructions, we got this here. So we'll copy that, put the instructions in here. This is setting up the AI to add, this is like its role, so to speak, that's embedded into this action so that this step always performs the same, like writing in the same style, doing the same tasks, regardless of what your role is on the document and stuff like that at the time. So we'll go ahead and close this down. So we got AI settings. So let's go to here. So it wants temperature to be 0.7, 2048 maximum length, top P, and it wants 9. So let's move this down to 9. And we got our instructions in there already. So we'll close this up. And that looks like it's it. So we'll go ahead and save this. And then it says using your research assistant. You click the run button at the top, enter the research topic, and then watch as the results come out. And notice here it says review and refine the results as needed. Now you can, the content is going to come out into your document, so you can change up the research that was done, of course, at whim. But the really cool part about this is you kind of start doing a little bit of back and forth. If the results aren't exactly what you want, you keep fine tuning this to make it better. And then you'll start getting better and better results the more you fine tune your product. Okay, so let's go into here. We're going to run this. I have a prompt set up in my snippets. I'm just going to click here. I'm going to type in div because it's called divisive pineapple. And it's why is pineapple a divisive pizza topping? So let's hit go. And let's see what we get from our Perplexity Smart Research. So key facts, Perplexity is being a little bit slow right now, but that's okay. At least they're getting our results. And origins of the pizza, recent developments, expert insights, some of the statistics around it. And we're starting to get our sources in here. So see how we got sources that are like number 2, 1, and 4. We've got them all lined up here. Now, the reason that number 6 is showing right here is because our action ran and then it went down a line because of our setting, right? Add a line break after the writing ends. So it added that on there, and that's okay. We can just get out of that. So we've got our research done, and let's cover just a few of the pro tips that it has here. It's mentioning here that you're using your Perplexity models, but there are different Perplexity models, right? The one I used was 70 billion parameter. There's also an 8 billion parameter and a 405 billion parameter. So you'd pick the one best suited for what you need to have done. You can also play around with the temperature. As it says here, you can have more focused factual research and a little bit more creative connections if you raise the temperature up. You might consider adding a prefix or a suffix to the stream prompt so that you can sort of label it before the content comes out. And the way you do that is you go into the settings here, and there's a prefix and a suffix area here. If you want a line break to appear after the prefix, like if you had, let's say that this is our research results, we'll just say, if you want a line break after that, you just click here and it'll put a line break after that. We can even add 2 hashtags here if we want to make it an H2 and kind of section off this content. You can imagine maybe, let me go ahead and just close this down. Maybe you already had content in your editor and you wanted the research to come out and you wanted to have like a label set up so that you would know where in your document that research was. You can do something like this with the prefix. And in fact, I'm just going to turn this off because I would prefer that it didn't put that line break after at the end. And now I've kind of fine-tuned some things with my research assistant. This is a really simple version of a research assistant where it's kind of asking you for something and it's performing the research through a Perplexity model all in kind of one go. In the future, I do plan on introducing more agent-like, more powerful research capabilities that I can show you how to create in Chibi. And if you have any questions about this or any feedback, please let me know in the comments below. Or if you're watching this inside of Chibi, if you go into our Discord community, be happy to answer any questions, provide any tips. And until next time, take care.